KPMG Future CAs, hope you all are doing well. This is CA Divesh Harpalani, your faculty for CA Final AFM. We have with us who I am calling these days Miss Consistent CA Arpita Daga. And before I go to Arpita, why do I call her Miss Consistent? It's not just because she secured an All India rank 4 in both her CA Inter and CA Final exams, but it is because if you see her mark sheet, right? She has scored 78 in FR, 77 in AFM, 80 in audit, around the same score in DT, IDT, and IBS. So her mark sheet has a very low standard deviation. And that happens only if you are very consistent. So, first of all, heartiest congratulations, Arpita, for clearing, for getting such a consistent performance. And most importantly, at this point, I'm assuming, is an All India rank. So, heartiest congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And I know we've already spoken about this question off the recording, but how does it feel?
It feels great. Honestly, on the rank part, I feel a little indifferent. It feels as if nothing changed. I was AI4. I'm still AI4. But yeah,
The
that
first
feeling
one
of
from
finally,
the no,
that finally
it's over.
CA Arpita Daga and the journey is completed.
No, no, absolutely, and well deserved, I must say. So I want to actually start with your journey. Maybe if you could spend 2 minutes just talking about your journey, CA inter, articleship, CA final, and the two
Hmm.
things that I want you to cover as a part of this answer. It will be a slightly long answer, I'm assuming. Um,
Okay.
ये पूरे जर्नी का बेस्ट पार्ट क्या था आपके लिए? What is that one best moment or best part which you enjoyed the most? And you might actually say that you are living that moment. Maybe that is the answer. And what is the lowest part of the journey? So over to you.
Okay, so I mean, started with CA Foundation. I gave my foundation in 2022. At that time, we didn't have ranks, but I had, I think, 90.5% in foundation.
Right.
Then inter AIR4. After that, I did my articles from KPMG in corporate and international tax. 2 years I was at KPMG only. I didn't go for industrial. उसके बाद वापस final AIR4. Meanwhile, some highlights. One thing that you said, which really stood out for me, which I never would have imagined कि ऐसा होगा, was the international conference actually, because that was my first international trip, and I never thought I would be making that trip on my own without my family, and that too at such a subsidized sort of in such a way. So
Sorry,
that was
maybe
there.
while I have full context because I went for the same conference years back, but maybe for the audience, if you could elaborate about the conference a little.
Yeah, so basically, just like we have these student conferences in India, we have that national and mega and all those. So in that manner, only there are international conferences. And just like the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India organizes these conferences, they are corresponding institutes in Sri Lanka and Nepal, and they also have these conferences. So SA, there was this, I think we were in the 38th International Conference of Sri Lanka, wherein they invite delegates from other countries, including India and Bangladesh and all of that. So there were 10 of us, and I was one of them. I got that opportunity to represent India at that conference.
Superb. No, indeed, great opportunity, I must say.
Yes.
So that probably was the best part, and rightly so. You got to represent India in some shape or form,
Yeah.
an international trip, like you said. What is the lowest part? Now, I know it doesn't sound very pleasant to say lowest part, but I think it is very important for the students to understand, get inspired from, that everyone has a low point. So maybe what was yours?
Hmm. I think my low point was during this CA final prep because I really don't remember much about inter, but in final these 8 months, I my articleship got over in August, and I was done with MCS and everything by October. So from October till April, it was completely study leave. And somewhere in March, I think I reached my saturation point where I was just done. I did not want to study. It just felt like I've been doing this for the last so many months, and this doesn't make any sense now. I'm not learning anything new, just repeating, revising. I think that was there, but I don't know. I just pushed myself through it. कि अब इतना हो गया. It's been 5 years. That last 1 2 months, that is not the point to give up. And yeah, I think that was the lowest point.
Fair enough, fair enough. But I think what is important is just to come back from that lowest point and
Yeah.
to keep going, most importantly. Any highlights of your 6 8 months, whatever it was, of your CA final study leave preparation? How did
Hmm.
you keep going during those 6 8 months? How did you plan? Maybe just overall, what was the thought process at that point in time? And I'm sure you were aiming for a rank as well. So how did you handle that pressure? I think that is an important question.
Yeah, so yes, I was aiming from for a rank right from the time I got a rank in Inter, and because Inter mein aaya 40th, there was also this pressure that I don't have to fall short of this benchmark that I've set for myself.
Absolutely.
That was the next level of pressure because 4 के पहले तो अब 3 ही numbers बचते हैं यानी top 4 में ही आना है वैसा था. But yes, I because I think I had this mindset right from the beginning. I had planned things out. आर्टिकलशिप स्टार्ट की थी तब से ही had
Hmm.
like this detailed planner कि इस टाइम तक ये करना है ये करना है ये करना है and yeah I just followed that and 6-8 months में I used to study 12-13 hours right from the start I think and then धीरे धीरे I kept on increasing it. I also got breaks in between इतना कोई complete isolation भी नहीं था because I had my cousins weddings and all. So November में
Super.
and then January में I went and
क्या
I had contemplated on that a lot कि जाऊँ या नहीं जाऊँ फिर I thought yeah let's go break हो जाएगा.
एंड चलो मैं एक क्वेश्चन पूछता हूँ, आपको क्या लगता है? ये थोड़ा कंट्रोवर्शियल क्वेश्चन है, ठीक है, शायद आप चाहे बहुत व्यूअर्स भी इस पे गालियां देंगे मेरे को, लेकिन आई थिंक इट इज स्टिल वर्थ आस्किंग दैट क्वेश्चन बिकॉज आई एम प्रीएम्प्टिंग द आंसर लिटिल. आपको ये लगता है कि आप वो वेडिंग में नहीं गए होते तो आपको AR4 की जगह AR3 आता, या फिर लगता है वो रैंक गिर जाता, या फिर लगता है कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता?
अगर रैंक गिर जाती उसका तो पता नहीं बट आई डोंट थिंक इतना मार्क्स वाइज फर्क पड़ता बिकॉज देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ स्टफ दैट आई कुड हैव डन एंड आई डिड नॉट डू जो वो 2 दिन में भी नहीं होने वाला था. आई
नहीं होने
डोंट
वाला
थिंक आई कुड हैव
था.
मेड दैट.
Absolutely makes sense. Chalo, fast forward to the exam days and specifically our favorite subject as for May 26 students, AFM. And surprisingly, guys, her score has stayed consistent in AFM also. ठीक है. ये बताओ, what is the, so I'm asking you two separate questions, ठीक है. What is the secret behind scoring 77 in AFM in a paper like May 26? And number two, if I was to ask you, actually, why don't you answer that one first? And second, I want tips from you for the students. Maybe you go with the first one.
So generally AFM was that one paper. I think पूरी life में मैंने कभी ऐसा exam नहीं दिया है wherein exam hall से बाहर आने के बाद I have no clue how much I'm going to get, क्या होने वाला है क्या नहीं होने वाला है. So my mom used to pick me up every day. Sorry. My mom used to pick me up every day and she came, she was at the gate, she asked me as usual paper कैसा गया. And मैं बोला मम्मी मैंने 96 marks का paper attempt किया but I genuinely have no clue how much I'm going to score. मतलब आई डिड द पेपर एट दैट पॉइंट ऑब्वियसली ऐसा था कि ठीक है जितना समझ आ रहा है कर दिया बट नहीं समझ आ रहा था एंड घर आने के बाद मैंने आई डिड सम काउंटिंग जस्ट टू सैटिस्फाई माई सेल्फ कि मैं पास तो हो जाऊंगी. आई काउंटेड लिटिल एमसीक्यूज एंड डिस्क्रिप्टिव एंड ऑल लाइक ठीक है 50 तो हो रहा है नाउ फ्रॉम 50 to 96 आई डोंट नो हाउ मच आई एम गोइंग टू.
Fair,
वैसा था.
fair.
सो या वेल इट वाज अ वेरी डिफरेंट एक्सपीरियंस
And
बट
exam se aake, I know you did your counting, but in your audit preparation, what was your mindset? मतलब was it continuously hampering you, या फिर you were like अब तो हो गया क्या कर सकते हैं आगे बढ़ो?
नहीं, सो एग्ज़ाम से आने के बाद 1-2 घंटे तो डिस्कशन वाज़ गोइंग ऑन फ्रेंड्स के साथ ये वो.
Very fair.
बट आई थिंक अराउंड 6 और मे बी 7 मैंने बंद कर दिया. जस्ट
Hmm.
शट माय फ़ोन एंड आई केप्ट इट असाइड. बट इवन आफ्टर दैट माइंड में वो इतना नहीं था.
Back
व्हाट
up.
डू यू से? दैट काम वाज़न्ट देयर. इट वाज़ टोटली डिस्टर्ब्ड. आई ट्राइड स्टडीइंग ऑडिट बट दैट एफिशिएंसी वाज़न्ट देयर. तो मैंने क्या जितना आई वाज़ सपोज्ड टू कवर इन मे बी 4 आवर्स उतना आई कवर्ड इन 6 आवर्स एंड देन आई जस्ट लेफ्ट. आई वाज़ लाइक ठीक है नहीं हो रहा है कल सुबह देखेंगे. So it did hamper audit. I think it must have done for everyone. But yeah.
नहीं, so I think one learning for me is, guys, अगर आपका पेपर खराब गया है तो किसी ऑल इंडिया रैंकर 4 का भी पेपर अच्छा नहीं गया है, तो आप अकेले नहीं हो. तो अगर टफ पेपर आ रहा है तो डोंट वरी, ठीक है. एंड सेकेंड थिंग इज, अगर आप मेंटली डिस्टर्ब हो, काम हो, एंड आपको ये चैलेंज लग रहा है कि आपको नेक्स्ट पेपर देना है या नहीं. काफी लोग का AFM के बाद गिव अप हो गया था कि मेरे से नेक्स्ट पेपर होगा ही नहीं, ऑडिट होगा ही नहीं,
Yes.
छोड़ो अभी छोड़ते हैं, ग्रुप 2 चालू करते हैं. गाइज नहीं, नेक्स्ट पेपर जाके दो. इनफैक्ट लर्न फ्रॉम अर्पिता, शी स्कोर्ड 80 marks in audit. So when life does an AFM to you, you do an Arpita and get 80 marks in audit. नहीं नहीं, but that is quite inspirational. I don't know how you did it. 80 marks in audit. I know inter फिर भी हो जाता है कहीं ना कहीं. I also scored 87 in audit in inter, but final is a different ball game. Given the size of the course, हम लोग के टाइम पे तो इंटर में MCQs भी नहीं थे ऑडिट में, लेकिन फाइनल में इतना याद करना वो 1.5 दिन में बहुत मुश्किल है. एंड स्पेशली गिवन बैक टू बैक एग्जाम्स, इतना कोर्स बिकम्स क्वाइट टफ. बट कुडोज टू यू.
Thank you.
नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज, अब AFM के एक्सपीरियंस के बेस्ड पे व्हाट आर योर टिप्स फॉर the future aspirants, if any, whether that is regarding facing a tough paper or whether that is regarding, for example, during those 3 hour of exam, how do you have to handle, or maybe change in the method of preparation in general regarding AFM or any other subject, any tips that you want to
Hmm.
share with students?
Right. So I think AFM, particularly AFM, and even other papers in this attempt, from those, what I have realized is ICES really, I think they're trying to challenge that ABC analysis and all of that stuff. Because I must have practiced, I don't know, 100 questions, at least 100 questions in those 1.5 days. And उसमें से कुछ भी नहीं आया. मतलब there were so many of these ambiguous questions. Exam के last minute पे भी I was flipping those pages कि आ गया तो क्या आ गया तो. But nothing came. It was totally nothing was out of syllabus also. Even that's the thing. We cannot say कि ये तो था ही नहीं कहीं पे. But the thing is, they are going to extremes. They are testing those areas जो आप कभी सोचोगे भी नहीं कि
सोच
आ
भी
सकता
नहीं.
है H model and all of that. It was just crazy. That gap exposure, it was मतलब out of the box, एकदम out of the box.
एंड बाय द वे
So
उसका आप आंसर देखोगे तो लगेगा यार ये तो इजी था, लेकिन नहीं
हाँ.
चमकेगा क्योंकि वैसा एक भी सम कभी किया नहीं है हमने सॉल्व.
एंड आई थिंक उसका जो थियोरी दिया है मॉड्यूल में, इवन दैट इफ यू वुड हैव रेड तो थोड़ा बहुत हो जाता. बट अगर कभी मॉड्यूल पढ़ा नहीं है तो यू विल फील कि ये तो आउट ऑफ सिलेबस है.
नो
So,
आई कैन.
I think my one learning has been this only ki now you should not rely on ABC analysis, because this time it was AFM, next time it could be something else. हो सकता है next
अरे
time AFM normal जैसा आ जाए, and maybe they start doing this with I don't know DT or something. So cover 100% syllabus, at least 90-95 तो कर ही लो. And if you're doing a particular chapter, then उसमें partial coverage नहीं करना चाहिए. Chapter छोड़ना है तो छोड़ दो, ठीक है, it comes only for 5 marks. But within a chapter, I think selective study is not working.
Not very fair. Did you cover 95% for audit also? Sorry, this is my personal curious question, not for the students. You
Yes,
did?
yes, I covered everything. I think there was this one chapter I did not do क्योंकि उसका जो trend analysis था, it was only 2 marks, 5 marks, and वो मैंने कभी नहीं किया था right from the start, so I just
Fair
left
enough.
that. But
Makes sense.
I covered 90-95.
Very, very fair. Very fair. No, makes a lot of sense. I have one more question, which is actually, I have two more questions. One is,
Hmm.
if you were to, and this is more like a impromptu question, which is, if you were to describe your CA journey in one word, what would that be?
I think in one word, it is just
Or
perseverance.
oh, perseverance. Super.
Yeah, that is what you have to consistently keep doing it. There's no place for giving up. Maybe 1 day, 2 days, take it off, but you have to come back. Consistency and perseverance.
I was, going to ask you another question, but I think I already have gotten the answer to this question.
Okay.
मैं पूछने वाला था luck or hard work. What do you think? And sorry, this is not relating to your rank. In general, what matters more, luck or hard work? Nowhere it meant for your rank. In general, CA में क्या जरूरी है, hard work है या luck है? क्योंकि काफी लोग को लगता है कि CA is luck.
No, see, it's not luck. I think it's 90% hard work and 10% luck. You cannot never rule out luck, whether it's a rank or
Absolutely
it's passing that 1 mark, 2 marks. But without hard work, luck cannot get you anywhere.
correct. I absolutely agree. No, very fair. And one more question, which I think I can ask you. You seem to be a very cool ranker. ठीक है, तो मेरे को एक question है.
Okay.
What is that one myth about rankers that you would want to demystify?
So this is something that I actually experienced myself in this CA final वाला timeline. So you might think, even I used to think, looking at rankers of final, कि they must have everything planned out perfectly. They must be reaching all their targets. वो सोचते दिन में 12 घंटे पढ़ेंगे तो 12 घंटे पढ़ते थे. But this happened with me. I think there might hardly have been any few days जब मैंने अपने targets meet किए. Every day there were backlogs. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I set very unrealistic targets or what. But every time there were backlogs. Every revision में there was something that used to get left out. And I used to have a lot of self-doubt. मुझे लगता था मैं क्या कर रही हूँ, पता नहीं if I'm even going to achieve those targets that I've set for myself. Am I doing enough and all of that. So I think one thing I've realized, it's okay to doubt yourself. That's part of the process. But that does not mean that you are not doing enough, or you're not living up to your own standards. So
Basically, even rankers are not perfect. So guys, अगर आपकी
yeah.
प्रिपरेशन ठीक से नहीं हो रही है, आपके टारगेट्स अचीव नहीं हो रहे, फिर भी आप रैंक ला सकते हो. That is my takeaway.
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
super helpful, Arpita. And any any rather general pieces of advice, any words of wisdom? I know you've shared quite a lot, but anything else that you
Mhm.
want to share for all the future aspirants who are looking up to you right now?
One thing that I've always believed throughout my academic journey is that you should never ever set low targets for yourself. CA is particularly one degree जहाँ पे हम हमेशा से यही सुनते हैं कि 40 is a big deal. It is a big deal. 40, 50 is definitely, it's no joke. But we can always aim higher than that.
Yes.
Whenever I used to look at teachers' books, सबकी faculties के books के पीछे वो एक exemption वाली list होती है and all of that. And मैं वो देख के ये सोचती थी कि it's not one person, it's not 10 people, it's not 100 people. So many people are getting exemptions. तो इसमें कुछ इतना crazy नहीं है, कुछ extraordinary नहीं है. You should definitely set high targets for yourself and obviously work towards those. Yeah, that is, there's that saying that if you shoot for the moon, you land among the
Then you'll
stars. So
definitely
that
land on the
has
start.
been my motto throughout.
Absolutely. No, no, I'm getting goosebumps as you say this. Definitely talks about the bunch of hard work that has gone behind your rank, but now it is time to celebrate Arpita, or I would say see Arpita. So once again, heartiest congratulations to you and your family on this well-earned prefix CA and suffix All India rank. Really happy for you personally, and congratulations on behalf of all our viewers as well. And guys, if you are watching this video, any wishes for Arpita, please put it on the comment box as well, and do subscribe to this channel if you're not subscribed already. Thanks,
Thank
Arpita, for
you.
taking out your much valuable time, and do celebrate. Please do celebrate.
Sure. Thank you.
Goes without saying, I'm sure you must be celebrating. Keep going.
Yes.
Bye bye. See you guys. Bye bye.
Bye.